Hey guys. So I feel like I need to address this issue, but I've really struggled these past couple of days figuring out how exactly I want to go about addressing this because the reason why we as human beings enjoy sports so much is because it's trivial. It's an escape. It's a way to get away from all the trials, tribulations, and all the BS that life throws at you, quite frankly. And it's just a way to escape from all of that and watch something that's entertaining, something that's interactive, something that, despite all of our cultural backgrounds and differences as human beings, it's something that we can really find a common ground on, even if you're a fan of a completely different team as somebody else. You still have the thread that ties you together of being a fan of that sport. It's something that brings human beings together in a way that almost nothing else can't. And when real life issues such as what happened on Monday Night Football with Damar Hamlin enter our little sports bubble almost, it can really make people, such as myself, honestly, really uncomfortable because it's hard to fathom, first of all, something like that entering our little sports bubble. And also, it's just hard to address it when it happens. So I've really struggled with this these past couple of days. This past Monday night, in the game between the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals, we saw a 24-year-old world class athlete, Damar Hamlin, safety of the Buffalo Bills, take a relatively routine shot from Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver T. Higgins right to the chest. It didn't look like it was anything out of the ordinary. It looked like a routine tackle in the NFL that's made multiple times in a game. Now, Damar Hamlin took this shot and he got up and then he collapsed. This young man who is 1 year older than me, that's where this really hits home for me. This is a young man who's just starting out his life. He's just now starting to figure out life. Hell, I'm 23 years old and I'm still struggling to figure out how to function as an adult. I couldn't imagine what it would be like to have to expedite that process as a professional athlete, because you have the entire spotlight of the NFL on you at all times. I couldn't imagine what that was like. This young man went into cardiac arrest on the field. His heart stopped. It's so difficult to fathom something happening like that on a football field. Yeah, I mean, we've seen guys take horrific concussive shots. We've seen guys have neck injuries. We've seen them get carted off. We've seen the ambulance come onto the field before, but never in all my years of watching this game, covering this game, and historically watching this game back to even before I was born, all those years of the game, I've never seen anything like this. I mean, to have this young man have CPR performed on him for 9 minutes, a defibrillator was used to shock him back to life. It's just so hard to get a grasp around that. The look on his teammates' faces, on the Bengals players' faces, on the coaches' faces, everyone who was there was traumatized by what they saw. The look on Josh Allen's face is something that will not be out of my mind for a long time. It's something that really sticks with you. This young man's mother was in the stands, and she had to witness this. She had to witness her baby boy get CPR on the field. She had to ride with him in that ambulance, not knowing what was going to happen. His teammates had to go. They initially had the mindset potentially that they were going to have to go back into that game and play that game, not knowing what was going to happen with their brother. Kudos to Sean McDermott and Zach Taylor from stopping that from happening. I couldn't fathom mentally having to prepare yourself to play a football game after witnessing something traumatic like that. Damar Hamlin still is in critical condition. He is on a breathing tube. Updates have come in that have indicated that there is progress in Hamlin's condition, which is absolutely amazing to hear. Based on everything that I have heard, aside from a hospital, an NFL stadium is probably the best possible place. I mean, obviously, you never want any cardiac event like that to happen, but NFL stadium is probably the best possible place that could happen at, because of all the medical officials that are on staff, defibrillators, ambulance on the field, doctors on the field. All of that potentially saved Damar Hamlin's life. Now, he's still not out of the woods yet. He is still in the ICU at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center in critical condition. He is still on a breathing tube, but there have been signs of progress in Hamlin's recovery, which is, again, amazing to hear. Hopefully we continue to hear these updates moving forward. Based on what I've heard, those updates may be slow to come in, but let's hope that with modern medical advancements and the swift response that was taken, that Damar Hamlin's life was saved last Monday night. If you guys want a way to show your support towards Damar Hamlin and his family, he has a GoFundMe page that has raised millions of dollars over the past couple of days, help promoting a toy drive in his hometown of Pittsburgh. So if you guys are able to donate to that, I will have a link to that GoFundMe account in the comments down below, and also in the description on this video. Damar, here's to a speedy recovery, brother.